South Shore, a little bit on the Cape. We'll pretty much go anywhere in the state of Massachusetts.
In the
We are
state of
not that
Massachusetts.
picky, but yeah, we do most of our work here on the South Shore. We've been lucky to have great friends, family, and clients. The past 7 years, we've worked with a lot of builders. We do a lot of new construction, new homes, new condos, projects. So we've been able to get in on the ground floor and see how it's all done. I worked for the building department in Pembroke for 13 years. It's so funny, I do bartend on the side, and I get a lot of people who come in and they're like, "You look really familiar to me." And I'm like, "Are you from Pembroke?" "Yes, I used to work in the building department." "That's where I know you from." So, yeah.
You're sort of like a jack of all trades.
I
Like
just
you're.
wrote that in my profile.
Oh,
Did you
really?
read my profile?
No, I didn't.
I
You mean
wrote
your bio
my
for the
bio.
website?
Yes, the bio for the website. I wrote,
No,
"I'm like a jack of all trades."
but you are. So it's funny because I see you in action at the bar,
Yeah.
and it's almost like how do you place somebody? Like, do I know you from this world? Do I know you from
Yep.
this world? Are my worlds colliding?
That's
That's always really
fun.
fun when
Yep.
you've been serving somebody for so long, and then you're like, oh, you're related to one of my clients, and I've heard so much about you, and all
Yep.
this. Like
It's like
my worlds are colliding, my people are coming together.
it is
It's
a
always a good.
small world,
It's
as
always a
they
good
say.
feeling.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So it's nice because I get to see a lot of people, and people don't realize that I'd retired from the. I was going to say the phone company. I started with the phone company, but I did. I started with the phone company years ago because my mother said you can always get a great job with the phone company, and their benefits are awesome. So I went to work for the phone company because she worked for the phone company. But yeah, I left the phone company and stayed home with the kids, and then went back to work at the town, and that kind of brought me into real estate. I met Sharon through the town. She said, "You should sell real estate." I'm like, "You are crazy."
You are crazy.
You are crazy.
And look at you.
And look at me. So here I am.
Here you are, selling real estate
Selling
7 years
real
later.
estate. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like you are like a local celebrity around here. I know you're a Hanover resident, but
Oh.
you are a local celebrity in Pembroke. You
By
sell a
far.
lot in Pembroke. You have new
Pembroke.
construction in Pembroke.
Yep.
You worked in town hall.
Yep.
Where was the phone company? Not in Pembroke.
Nobody was in Boston.
Oh,
No, I
Boston.
traveled.
You're a
I was one of
Boston
those
girl.
people that went in and out of
Oh.
Waltham, Framingham, Boston, Natick. I was everywhere. I took every form of transportation known to man. I drove my own car. I took the train. I took the subway. I took the boat. I pretty much would take any form of transportation.
Wow.
And so if anybody needs the best way into Boston, you just ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask Tracy Grady if you have any questions about life, traveling, buying a house, selling a house, something with the building department,
Yep.
How to make a cocktail.
Yeah.
Ask Tracy
It's
Grady.
exactly what I wrote in my bio. When you read it, you're going to laugh.
I have to. I kind of want to pull it up
You gotta read it 'cause
and
it's
read it
pretty
out loud.
funny.
We can
Jack
have
of
story
all
time
trades.
here.
It would be hilarious because it's everything we just talked about
Yeah.
is what I wrote in my profile.
So I am not joined by Sharon McNamara and Mary Baker today. Mary is hosting an open house. She is at Cochise Estates. It is our new development in West Bridgewater. So she is there from 10 to 12 today and tomorrow. So if you are interested in new construction, I think we're going to be doing them every weekend like we did here at Bristol. And what's the other one? We were there for like 5 years. Copperwood.
She blanked it out.
Yeah, I'm having a moment, a blonde moment. There you go. I can say it because I'm blonde.
It's the kid. Yeah, we did the same with the two condo projects we had here in Pembroke, one on Route 53 and another one here in the center. And Jim and I were there every weekend from 12 to 3, Saturday and Sunday. I mean, we felt like we lived we felt the condo was our home because we were there every single weekend.
Well, we thought about like moving into, the model home at Copperwood at least. Yeah, I mean, I'd live there.
Yeah. We staged the condos twice, and we actually walked across the parking lot because we sold one of the units, and then we had to walk the furniture across the parking lot to another model unit.
Oh
So
my gosh.
you could see the furniture walking across the parking lot.
That's
hilarious.
so funny. I think maybe it was Jefferson. When they had Jefferson, I think somebody had purchased the staging and stuff. But yeah. So if you are interested in new construction in West Bridgewater, you can reach out to our team. You can call the office 781-826-8000. But Mary is over there today and tomorrow, 10 to 12.
10 to 12.
And Sharon is spending time with family.
Nice.
Yeah, Mackenzie's here, and Mary and Sharon went to Zach Brown last
Thought
night.
I saw some pictures online.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mary and Sharon, and the whole gang.
Was that at Fenway? Or was that Fenway?
Yes,
Yeah.
they were at Fenway. I was at the Garden with my friend.
My goodness, okay.
We saw New Kids on the Block.
I love New Kids on the
But it was
Block.
New Kids on the Block, En Vogue, Salt and Pepper, and Rick
Yeah,
Astley.
come on. Rick, I love Rick Astley. Come on.
You know what? It's my
Never
second
gonna
time.
give
My
you
friend
up.
Jess,
Never
she
gonna let
is
you
my
go.
best friend. She, grew up listening to that. She's 13 years older than I am. But
Watch it.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yep, I heard this last
Here we-
night. Yeah, this was
I
great.
love this
Everyone
song.
was very excited about this one. Yeah, so we saw them. It was actually my first concert back after the, sort of the COVID restrictions lifted last year. So we saw them at Fenway, New Kids, at Fenway last year with Belle Biv DeVoe.
Oh,
I can't even-
come on.
I was
Belle
born in
Biv
91,
DeVoe.
so it's like I'm like the youngest person. But it's like everybody's bringing their kids now. So I'm like, all right, so I'm sort of like in between. But last night, actually, it was just so much fun. I don't know much New Kids on the Block, but I do know like one new song, and she doesn't know it, so I felt like superior in that moment.
There you go.
But everybody else's songs. Yeah. Oh,
There you
good. Well, you should get tickets. They're doing a second show tonight. No. Yeah, so I was more so into the other songs. I knew all the other songs, like En Vogue and
En
Salt and
Vogue.
Pepper, and
Love Salt
obviously I
and
know
Pepper.
this song, Rick Astley. Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, I knew this one, but I don't really know. Well, I know it, but like I don't really know the words. Yeah, I know "Summertime." That's the one song by New Kids on the Block that I know. I rock that in my car all the time. She doesn't know it. She's like,
I don't think I know
their
that
older
song
stuff.
either.
Oh, we'll
Have
have
I
to
heard-
listen
we'll
to
have
it.
to listen to
We'll end with that one.
Okay.
But yes, so that's where I was. But I am, I'm awake. I'm here. But yes, so we are not joined by Sharon and Mary today, but we're saying hello to them if they're
Hello.
listening. But I am joined by the one, the only Tracy Grady, jack of all trades,
Jack of
half
all
of the
trades.
Grady team. So, Tracy, this is I'm laughing because like honestly this is going to be the next like 40 minutes is going to be all about Tracy because I have no idea like really what she wants to talk about.
That's never good.
You came up with this topic and I'm you know what, I'm just going to let you roll with it, and if you need my help I will try my best. But this is today we're going to be talking about, I'm calling it like getting real with the rates.
Yep, that's a really good way to put it. Yeah.
So we like to get real about real estate. We're pretty open
Yep.
about, how we do things around here at Boston Connect Real Estate. And also, if you guys have any questions and you want to call in, you're not scared to talk to us. 781-837-4900. We are live on Facebook. I'm going to get us up on all of the Connect pages and stuff. But if you're friends with Sharon Costa McNamara, you can see us. Tracy and I look wonderful in our workout
Yep,
gear.
Absolutely. I'm ready for my beach day. After this, it's actually kind of a quiet day for us, which has
Oh.
not been,
Yeah.
they've been far and few between. I
That's
gotta
nice.
say.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's been busy.
Everything I have to do is running through my head right now. So if I seem a little spaced out, it's because I'm having a panic attack.
Because I'm thinking I got to put my sheets in the wash and
Yeah.
I need to clean.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, Tracy, this was
All
your idea. Why
It
did
was
you want to talk about this? What is the topic? What are we going to be getting into today?
I just feel that the market is changing and everybody is talking about it and everybody's panicking about it. People have put their houses on the market, expecting, like we all expected, or all that we've all gotten used to over the past 2 years. And I think, interest rates certainly played into it. COVID played into, where we were at. The market was crazy. You could put your house, you could basically take a picture of your house, put a sign out front. You'd have a line of 30 people. Of course, people kind of forget the fact that COVID was in place and people couldn't be in the house at the same time.
Yeah.
So lines were ridiculously long with people with masks on waiting to get into houses. And I think COVID played a part into that because people were home like, I'm in my house. I might never be able to come out of it again because we have no idea what's going on. I'm not sure this is the house I want to spend my COVID years in. So I think that's when everybody thought the market was going to go nowhere, and it had exploded. I mean, we just had so many people wanting to buy, wanting to sell, wanting to move, go to their places, coming out of the city.
Yeah.
Was a huge for, younger people who are like, all right, I've had my years in the city. Now I'm stuck inside in an apartment with a dog. I'm going to buy a house. This is the perfect time for me to buy a house. And the market went crazy and the interest rates went down and the inventory there was none. So it became such a seller's market. And I think everybody just got so used to it being that way that put a sign up in the yard, you're going to have 20 people, you're going to have 10 offers, and you make your pick. And we all started putting in our listing, all offers due by Tuesday at noontime. And then all of a sudden, recently, I would say probably in the past 6 months, I've seen a change. We'd put a few houses on the market, and they didn't necessarily have a line of people waiting. We didn't necessarily get 2 or 3 offers. I mean, they were still selling and we still got offers, but it just didn't seem to be that frenzied, emotional buying that was going on at the time. And
Yeah.
I feel like the market's changed, and now people just need to understand that the interest rates are going up. But they're not going up astronomically high. Everybody, I think, is in a panic. This is a bubble. We're going to have 2008 all over again. That can't happen right now, I don't believe, because we just don't have the inventory. If we had tons of houses on the market or foreclosures or short sales, then I'd say, yeah, you're right. We could be working towards that. But our inventory is still low.
Yeah.
But I do feel like buyers are being a little bit more picky now. I've had a few listings on the market, and they're kind of lingering a little bit, and they're beautiful homes. And I think everybody's thinking, well, the interest rate's going up.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of money. But 2 or 3%, if you got 2 or 3%, my term for this, and this is just my term, is good for you. You went to Vegas and you hit it big. You got 2 or 3% and you got the home that you wanted. Good for you. But that can't last forever, and that's not a realistic market. 2 or 3%, again, good for you. You got 2 or 3%.
Yeah.
However, a realistic market is 6 or 7%, and we're not even really at 6. I checked this morning, and we're still slightly below 6%, between 5.5, 5.9. And I think on even bigger ticket item, like bigger houses that are above 700,000, you're probably still in the 4%. So I just feel like this should not be a panic mode for anybody. And I think that buyers should get out there and start looking at the houses that are on the market, because it isn't a frenzy, and you might be able to go in, look at a beautiful house, and make a bid on it and buy.
Yeah. I think the shift that people might be seeing is that now it's it's been such a seller's market because there hasn't been any inventory. There's been so many buyers out there. And most properties going over asking with crazy terms. I've seen some crazy terms in the past 2-3 years. Crazy numbers, crazy terms. Emotional buying. For sure. But I think now the shift is sort of more in the favor of the buyers. Yes, there is still low inventory, but because maybe people are scared for interest rates, that they're sort of backing up, so there's less competition. But honestly, I feel like you should still go out there and see like these properties.
You need to talk to your mortgage company too. You need to have. I work with a great mortgage broker who stays on top of our buyer clients, and she updates them every month as to where the market is, where they're at, what they can buy. And I think it's important for you to have a mortgage agent that can do your pre-approval, where the interest rates are changing, so that you know when, okay, I was looking at houses in the $400,000 range, but now I need to back it down to like $375.
Yeah.
But you're realistic and you're in the market today, and you're not, you're making good choices.
But even think about this. So what really is the difference between a house that is $375 and $400?
Yeah.
Like, what is like? It might be something cosmetically that you can change in the next couple years.
Paint.
Paint.
A lot of times it's paint. Like people walk in and they're just like, oh, I don't like this color.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a little sweat equity. I feel like the buyers that are coming in they walk into the house, and if it doesn't look like it was staged in Pottery Barn, it's like, oh no.
That's HGTV. That's all the shows that, I don't watch any of them. Like aesthetically, they are on trend and they look nice and everything. But unfortunately, it doesn't stay that way in the market. So
and if somebody's trying to sell their house, that's what they did with their house. They created their memories, they created their years, and this is how they lived in their house, and this is, they love it. Now you need to come in, have a little vision. walk in and say, oh, I can make this
Yeah.
an HGTV house because I watch it all the time.
Well, it's funny because I follow this account. I don't even remember exactly what their name is, but it's like old homes, new something, whatever. So what they every once in a while they'll post a house. Exterior is an antique. It looks antique, gorgeous. What go inside, white, gray. It's very modernized,
Very
and sometimes I look at the comments and everybody's just like bagging on the house, like, I can't believe the seller would do that. I can't believe that. Like, took away from the charm, like, painted the wood and stuff. That is the what that particular seller wants. However, when they go to sell, it's going to be hard to sell an antique that doesn't look like an antique.
Jim grew up in an antique, and I'll tell you right now, antiques are tough. They're beautiful homes. We were lucky enough to sell one in Hanover. God, I think it's 2 years now. It was a gorgeous antique home. I mean, you walk through it, and they did it pristine. I mean, it looked great. But it's still an antique house. It was built in 1720.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it comes with its own set of issues. Like Jim will tell you, the foundations are granite foundations.
Yeah.
And the floors are not going to be even, and you just have to learn how to deal. But antique homes, when done right, are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And literally, still standing. 1700, house is still standing. Don't get overly concerned that it's going to fall down anytime soon. It's probably not.
I know that Sharon and Mary have an antique. They just did a sneak peek, and it's escaping me right now. I wish Mary was listening. Maybe I'll text her to give a little bit of information. But it is an antique, and it's gorgeous. Like, she was showing me, I was cooking dinner the other night. She was showing me pictures, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to use that photo of like the little breakfast nook thing. It had all wood, and I'm just like, not everybody's going to love this part, but it's so charming and it's so perfect for the house, and it's an antique, and it's just, I just love it. I was going through the pictures. I was like, I love this.
Yeah. Our house had a brick arched hallway, and it had been covered for years with plaster.
Wow.
And the homeowner chipped away the plaster, and what was left was an arched brick arch hallway right through the middle of the house, like right through the middle of the chimney. It was spectacular. Jim and I were like, our mouths were like, oh my God.
Because someone probably looked at it and was like, I don't want brick. And just threw up plaster. That's what happened here. So downstairs with the brick chimney, downstairs in the basement, it was all covered. And then when we started doing renovations down there, Mark uncovered it, and it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
And now it's the center.
Of the room.
It's the center of the room. So. Beautiful. Yeah. I was going to say something, but I totally forgot about what I was going to say. But the interest rates, getting back to interest rates. There are, I think it's easy to focus on one thing, like the interest rates, having it be negative. But there's so many other factors. So what we have to remember is the 2-3%. That's not normal.
It is not a normal market.
So we're sort of getting back to normal. So and I think that it's such like a pressing issue right now because there were so many buyers in the past couple years that were trying to or were able to get those interest rates and get a home at the 2-3%.
Right.
And now, unfortunately, they're going back up to sort of where they were before.
It's not high. It's not like astronomical. The sky is not falling.
Yeah.
It is just getting back to a normal market. And even you can definitely see it with homes that are on the market. Before you would be, it could take you a month or 2 months to sell your house. We're used to such instant gratification right now that if your house doesn't sell, again, deadline Tuesday at noontime, all offers need to be in. Well, when you're standing there with your seller after, the weekend and you're like, you don't have any offers, so I have to take that. I think their heart sinks.
Yeah.
And the market has changed, and now you have to get back to, it may take some patience.
Yeah.
I have my seller, actually I'm quoting my seller right now. She's like, I might just need patience here.
Well,
and just take
that
time.
That is very good to recognize then in yourself.
Yeah. It's good.
You need some patience.
And it's nice to be in a position where you don't, not that you don't have to sell, but you're in a position where you have some time to sell.
Yeah.
So I don't think, it's not so much okay, we need to be in 30 days type thing. It's going to slow down. Everything's going to slow down. I believe, I think we're going to talk about contingencies is on this list too, like waiving home inspections, waiving appraisals, which for new buyers, I very rarely ever waive a home inspection because I want the new buyer to have the whole buying experience. I want them to be able to go in and understand how the process works from beginning to end. Not to say that if they did a home inspection, we're not going to go in there and like nickel and dime people for things, but major systems and, major problems. But people are waiving those. I mean, and paying 50 grand over ask and waiving your home inspection and like, okay, that's kind of skewed the market, I think.
Yeah. We got to relax a little bit.
We need to just
enjoy the process.
Because everybody loves selling their house.
Everybody loves it. Enjoy the process.
That's kind of my thing, though.
I believe we're going to be taking a break soon, correct? I don't want to get on the next topic. Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, perfect. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. If you have any questions, 781-837-4900. We will be right back.
I love it.
That is so funny. So we're still live on Facebook.
Oh, hey. What's the name of that song? That the Backstreet Boys, not Backstreet, that New Kids on the Block, their new song? Summertime?
Summertime.
It's called Summertime. New Kids on the Block.
Think about you in the summertime. It was like the one I was like going hard for last night. But I knew like all the En Vogue songs, Salt and Pepper.
Oh, love
Rick Astley was big.
Never gonna give
Push it.
Up. Push it real good. Bum, bum.
And we are, oh, no, we're not.
And we're not. COVID rates were considered artificial during COVID.
And we are back. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. My name is Melissa Wallace, and I'm joined in our at-home studio here at Boston Connect Real Estate, located at 19 Mattakeesit Street in Pembroke Center, across from Stop and Shop. I'm joined in studio with Tracy Grady, the other half of the Grady team.
That's correct.
The other half is with Edna. We have explained that earlier. Edna.
Edna is home with Jim today. Yep.
Yes.
The other half of our team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Finally, an empty nester, and you get a puppy.
And that's exactly Jim's. Yeah. That took a little convincing.
It'll keep Jim young.
I say that we would sleep because Jim retired from working at the police station as a dispatcher, which I know Melissa's heartbroken because she loved the stories.
I know.
I loved them. The stories.
I loved them.
And then, so we were home. Our kids have moved out. One in D.C., one in Nashville. We lost our dog, Jethro.
Oh. I loved him.
Oh, he was adorable.
Just such a great dog.
Yeah, such a good dog. But now we have Edna May, and she is keeping us young. We're up much earlier in the morning. We're out walking in the day.
Yes.
We're out in the yard. I actually have a tan, and I haven't gone to the beach because I'm outside with the dog all day long. So it has kept us young. I know we do travel quite a bit, so it was a bit of a getting used to. We're still working those kinks out a little bit.
Still trying to travel.
Still trying to travel with the puppy, and all of our friends and family have been awesome with her, and she is adorable and easy to watch. So
she's so
my number is, if you'd like to watch it, we're always looking for babies.
If you would like to babysit a puppy.
If you'd like to babysit a puppy, please feel free to call.
Yes, and she's a golden
retriever. Yeah, she is just.
And she's so well behaved. And when she was even littler, all she wanted to be. She wanted held.
Yeah, just
like a baby.
She was like a baby.
Yeah,
she was like a baby. She has definitely become more precocious over the past 6 months, and she has chewed her way through a few things, including Jim.
Poor Jim. That's Jim. Okay.
Yeah, he's good.
Like we said, it keeps you guys young.
And don't kid him. He loves that dog.
Yeah.
He loves that dog. So yeah, she's got a personality. So
all right. So interest rates.
Where
did we leave off with
that?
So
interest rates. Interest rates during COVID. I mean, we have that on our.
They were just sort of like not. I don't want to say unrealistic because they happened.
No,
so it
were real.
was real.
I mean, it was real money.
It was real money, and like you said, good for you. If
Good
you were
for
able
you.
to secure those interest rates, purchase a home,
Yeah.
you're at the top of the class.
You are a rock star.
You're a rock
Yeah,
star.
your timing was just right. And again, that's another thing with real estate. It's all about timing. Your timing, the market's timing. Did we miss the market? Everybody's sitting out there now. Should we put our house on the market? Did we miss the market? Well, you missed the frenzied market. You missed maybe the people that were out there that were just bidding crazy. You're not missing the market. There still are not a lot of homes out there, and I that's that's not going to change until there's an inventory problem, which
Yeah.
you know or an abundance of inventory, I should say.
An abundance.
An
of inventory.
abundance of inventory, which we do not have now. Which to me, we're in that stage right now, though, because I have listings on the market, and
Right.
they're just not getting the buyer, not getting the buyers to come in, or the showings that I thought I would have with that. So I think everybody is taking a little breath,
Yeah.
taking a step back, and being like, I want to this is a really big decision. I have a young set of buyers that I love working with, Sam and Mike, if you're listening. We looked at a house the other night in Rockland, and it was beautiful, colonial, priced very well. And I went in to make a showing time, and I felt better. I'm sorry for the person that's listing the house, but they also had no showings. And it's a beautiful colonial in a really nice neighborhood in Rockland. And I've been going through the showing times, and there just haven't been a lot of showings. So I don't want anybody to get discouraged selling your house, because the right person will come along. And I think the other thing we lose track of every day is that a new buyer comes on the market every day. 10 new buyers might come on the market. Somebody brand new might look at your listing today and be like, oh my God, I can't believe this house hasn't sold. This is the house for me. So
Yeah.
that's where the patience comes in. New buyers come on the market every day. And so don't get discouraged that your house isn't selling. It will sell. It's just not going to be in a frenzied $100,000 over ask, 10 offer bid. So
Did you give your Vegas analogy of like how much did you?
So my Vegas analogy, which doesn't everybody, and I'm not into, again, 2 or 3%, you got your house of your dreams and you're super happy, good for you. My thing with Vegas is that you go to Vegas, you win big in Vegas, you got 2 or 3%. However, most people that go to Vegas, how much money did you spend in Vegas before you hit your big money?
Yeah.
So I think you just have to be realistic that if you got 2 or 3%, and you decided that you loved this house enough that you offered 50 grand over ask or 100 grand over ask, this is not a short-term sale. This is not someplace you're going to stay in for 2 years and you're going to flip it. This is going to be the house that you had to have, that you want, and you know that you're probably going to be there for a minimum of 7 to 10 years.
Yeah.
This is not a quick flip market that you could go, hey, I got low money, you paid high, the appraisal, everything is going to regulate and it's going to come up and down. You're still going to have bought a beautiful house and you got a great interest rate.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my Vegas analogy, that like sometimes you spend a lot of money in Vegas to get, to
also
win.
with how this is, okay, so you look at a $500,000 house. Maybe when the interest rates were 2 and 3, you would offer $550, maybe $600.
Money's
now,
cheap. Money was cheap.
Now with the higher interest rates, you go in at $500, you might get it at $500.
Exactly.
So you're not paying $50,000 or $100,000 over.
Yeah.
You might have the same payment even though you have a different interest rate.
Correct. Yeah.
So
you're going to get, so it's kind of like, again, the market will balance itself out. And that's exactly it. Now, and this is why it's super important that you price your house right. Because when you price your house right, people are going to come in and they're going to look at it. And even if you price it a little on the high side, now you're going to see buyers come in and make offers, as opposed to being in a line with 11 people. They might come in and say, hey,
Yeah.
And I feel that this is a great market, and I know I'm jumping around. This is a great market for buyers who have a contingency. They have to sell a home.
Yeah.
But now you can go into the houses that haven't sold in, say, the past month, and say, I have a home to sell, because at the time nobody was taking seller contingencies, because you had 10 other people waiting that had no contingencies.
Yeah.
So now if you have a home to sell and you're looking to buy something new, now is your time to go out and look at houses, make an offer. There might be sellers out there who are willing to take your home sale contingency.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think
You
buyers
never
need
know.
to perk up.
You never
need
know
to
unless
perk
you
up.
try.
Yeah, perk up, buyers.
Perk up.
Get out there. Start looking again, because this is the time that you might get yourself a deal that has not been out there for 2 years. So
Yeah. I think what they were saying, and I was trying to think of the word earlier, but like artificial. So like the interest rates during COVID were artificial.
Yeah.
They were temporary.
Yep, temporary.
We all sort of knew that they would go back up
Emotional,
because
yep.
it was emotionally
charged,
driven.
yeah.
It was an emotional time. It's still an emotional time out there. You know?
People are still getting COVID. We still have people that come into the restaurant occasionally with I mean, people are still wearing masks.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
still out there. I mean, but
Yeah. I mean, I was at the garden last night and there were people wearing masks, and you know that it's still happening.
Yeah.
We're just talking about sort of maybe other things and people are sort of forgetting, but like it's still going on.
Yeah, again, but in the COVID mode, we were all just like, are we ever going to be able to leave our house? Are we ever going to be able
Yeah.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Is this the end? Is this where I'm going to live for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Which I definitely think I still think COVID charged that market. That's like, I'm either going to look around my house and remodel the entire thing, or this is not the house I want to live in, and I'm going to go out and buy a new one. So.
And I think it's important to, and you touched upon it, about, you know, pricing a home to sell in this market now, the market that we are currently in, not the market we were in 6 months ago, not a year, 2 years ago. You have to price it to the market that you are going to be introducing it to.
Yes.
So I think, you know,
you're going to see some changes in comps. I mean, comps are going to change in the next 6 months. That's going to be
and we always try to give our sellers ranges.
Yep.
But I think that it's sort of I think a strategy that is good is to go sort of on the lower end of the range, because if somebody is going to come in, they might offer over asking.
Yep.
But if you're at the higher end of your range, it might discourage people from even seeing it, because they might say,
it's not going to be in their view.
It's not going to be in their view.
It's not going to be in their view.
Yeah.
So we do that one, and I'm in the process right now because I have 2 sellers on the market right now, and we've taken a price enhancement.
Yes.
We've taken a price enhancement.
So why don't we take a moment to talk about your listings,
Okay.
your 2 listings, any open houses that you're doing for those.
Okay. So we are doing open houses on Sunday from 11 to 1. Our first one is at 15 Hill Farm Road, right here in Pembroke, right off of High Street. It is a beautiful colonial, and to say that I am baffled is an understatement.
Yeah.
It is a lovely, lovely colonial that has a brand new kitchen. It has 2 remodeled bathrooms. It has probably one of the most amazing front porches in the town of Pembroke. It is just gorgeous. On a spectacular street, great for walking, great for bike riding. It is getting a brand new septic system. Seller is putting it in prior to closing. So something that you will not have to worry about for at least 30 years. And again, I cannot say enough about this house. It is absolutely lovely. The kitchen is spectacular. So we are doing an open house there tomorrow, 15 Hill Farm Road, right here in Pembroke, right off of High Street, from 11 to 1. We would love to see you. Send your buyers, send your clients, send friends, family. It is absolutely, I'm not kidding, it is the best deal in the town of Pembroke right now. And I have it slapped all over every social media page with a big banner that says, it really is a beautiful, beautiful home. I just think we're just in that little market right now that's kind of crazy. And then
your other one.
The other one is
your
in Situate, which is absolutely beautiful. It's a spectacular home.
It is spectacular. So I did not join Sharon last week on the radio show. She had a couple guests on with her, and then she was also on McNamara on Money from 8 to 10. Then she did our show from 10 to 11. But I was actually in Situate doing an open house for the Grady team at this home, and I even when the homeowner came home right after, I was locking up and everything, and I said, would you mind if I just get my signs, and then if I could just leave my car here for a little bit? I just want to walk down to the water. I explained to him, I said, I do all the social media for Boston Connect Real Estate, and I just wanted to take some pictures and sort of show that it is really close. It's 1 block from the water. And he was like, absolutely, you can stay all day if you want. So
super nice people.
Yeah, so I did. I walked down to the water, and I was just like, this is amazing. And I even walked like almost all the way. Like I had to go home home at some point. So I almost walked down to the lighthouse, which I had done the day before. I had driven down to the lighthouse because I went to your broker open. But please explain to everybody your house in
It is so
Scituate.
centrally located in Scituate. It is 179 Hatherley Road in Scituate. We are doing an open house there tomorrow from 11 to 1 o'clock. It is right smack in the middle where you have minutes to go to downtown Scituate, as Jim calls it, Scituate Harbor.
Yes.
He's like, how do you know that's downtown? I'm like, I don't. I just always called it Scituate downtown.
Yeah.
He's like, it's the harbor. So
Yeah.
walking distance, no, I shouldn't take that back. It's definitely a little bit of a drive unless you're a really good walker to the restaurants and everything that Scituate Harbor has to offer, which is absolutely beautiful. This home is stunning. The light in the house, like I felt like I didn't even need to put lights on in the house. The abundance of natural light was absolutely gorgeous.
And the breeze that you get there.
Oh.
So I had done the open house. I had some groups come through, but in between, they all came like staggered. Nobody was there at the same time, so they all came staggered. So I would sit out on the porch.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, I would love to, like the breeze. You could see the water. Like, I was like, I could have my coffee here every day and then maybe quit my job because I would just want to sit here all day. Sorry, Sharon.
It's a beautiful home. It has two master primary suites that are actually one on the first floor with a bath and a beautiful one on the second floor with a bath.
Yeah.
And then it has an extra bedroom. The kitchen has so much light in it, like a breakfast nook area. The porch that Melissa was talking, the porch is just stunning.
Beautiful.
So great location. It could be a house for somebody that's interested in doing Airbnb or VBRO that would like to, rent it for the summertime because it is that close to the beach and it's so perfect for entertaining. It has so much outdoor space. So 179 Hatherley Road, Scituate, tomorrow from 11 to 1. Come and check it out. Just enjoy the breeze and sit with us on the porch for a little while.
Yeah. And then make an offer.
And then make me an offer I can't refuse.
Yeah. It is a beautiful home. I really did have a great time. It didn't take me very long to get there, but I brought my coffee. I sat on the porch until my first group came, and I was like, wow, I'm
pretty comfy here.
I think, I like that I offered to do this. This is pretty comfortable.
Hey, what are you guys doing next weekend? Are you looking for
but it was great. And I walked down to the water and then I just kept walking and walking and walking. And I was like,
you could just walk
I gotta turn around because I was in a dress and I was grateful that I wore a long sleeve dress because it was in the morning time. So we had like a little morning breeze. But then when I started walking in the sun, I was like, oh, yeah, no, I got to go back to my car in the AC.
I forgot that I'm fair-skinned.
Yeah, I forgot that I am literally transparent and cannot be in the sun.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
We have a coming soon coming on.
Oh, perfect. Talk about that.
Yeah, an adorable condo right here in Pembroke Center. It's a second floor condo, 2 bedrooms, beautiful quartz countertops. It has a little outdoor area that you can sit. It's attached to an association of condos. So there's an association fee that is not that big. That covers all of your snow plowing, your landscaping, master insurance policy. It's about 1,300 square feet, all hardwood floors, beautiful full bathroom. It really is lovely in unit, washer, dryer. It is a little bit of basement space, about 250 square feet of basement space. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be coming on the market next week. It's coming on for $499, and it's a really, for somebody that doesn't want to have a lot of, maintenance as far as landscaping and snowplowing, worrying about all that. It's a beautiful condo. So we're going to be putting that on the market. So everybody look at it. It's 220 Center Street, unit number 14.
Nice.
So,
look for that next week.
Next week.
Yep. So you know the deal. Send me all the pictures.
Yeah,
give me
send
the
me
info.
all the pictures and I'll
give me the
look
info. I'll throw it out there. All right, so we don't have much time left, so let's get back into sort of this. So so we talked about the interest rates and how, they were sort
2
of
to 3%.
artificial.
Great deal.
Yeah.
Emotionally charged. Good. Again, good for you. I don't want to make anybody feel like you didn't get a great deal at 2 or 3%, even if you offered higher. I think if that's the house that you really wanted, and I really do feel like the people that made those offers that were 50, they loved the house. It wasn't like all right, fine, I'll offer 50. It's not the house of my dreams. I feel like most buyers that had that, need to put extra money in, that's the house they wanted. And I'm good great for you. 2 or 3% is a really good deal. not something that's sustainable.
Yeah. And I know at least for Sharon and Mary, and I know, some of the other agents in our office, a lot of the homes that I saw come on the market were um, one one owner homes,
Yeah, yeah,
somebody who's been in the home for many many years, and they were ready to sort of sell, and it just happened to be that time. So they, it's like your baby.
yeah.
You live
Yep,
you live in a home for
yep.
40 years.
You built it.
You built it.
You made your memories.
Yeah.
This is your house, and this
You
is
gave it character
Yeah,
and gave it, a personality, and now, you got to get something. You got to get rewarded for that.
you got to get rewarded for that. And the buyers that are coming in have to realize it's time to make your memories. It's time to make the house your own.
Yeah.
Don't expect the seller who's ready to move on to be the one that's going to put hardwood floors in.
Yeah.
That's going to they've done what they've done to the house, and now it's your time to make your potential in that house. Like potential is not something that the seller is responsible for. That's what the new buyer is responsible for, is to see the potential in the house and make it their own. And I just think sometimes we're losing a little sight of that.
Yeah.
With the buyers, the few buyers that I've seen come through that have been, a little hypercritical. Like, well, that's your job to do.
I always suggest that they build new.
Well, there you go. And,
build new construction. We have new construction in West Bridgewater.
There you go.
So,
if you
Estates.
can't find the house of your dreams and what's on the what's on the market right now, then you might be a new
Why
new
not
home.
build it?
Build it yourself and design it
Yeah.
yourself.
Do you have any left in Carver?
We sold out in Carver.
Nice.
We sold our last lot in Carver, and let me tell you, that was during COVID. Again, we had this new subdivision come on the market, and we were kind of like, ooh, what's going to happen with this? It was like a frenzy down there. We sold, I think, at least 8 of the lots within a 2-week period of time. They were just coming in, like we were lining them up.
That's what happened at Copperwood. I think we sold 15 like in 3 weeks.
Yeah. And it was and Copperwood was moving along, but it was, it was taking time.
In the second phase, once the second phase opened up, they were all gone.
It was gone. It was like a light switch. Yeah, literally was a light switch that went on. Yeah. New construction, you couldn't. And if anybody has any land out there, be happy to give me a call, because I have builders who are looking to build. But, our areas are getting, and that's another thing, our areas are getting a little tight up here.
Yeah.
As far as land. I'm sure there are people out there that have some land that they've been sitting on, or, give us a call here at Boston Connect Real Estate. We would love.
It's funny because when I was on my walk in the sun in Situate, I noticed, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's a double lot. I wonder if that's, I'm like, oh, I wonder, like, and then I put myself in the situation. It's like, okay, so if I owned this beautiful home on the water on a double lot, like, what would I do with it? Would I build another house there? Would I keep it that way? What would I do? Like, would I give it to my family? Like, if I had a family, if I had a family, I'm meaning like if I was married and had kids or whatever. Yeah, no, but I saw a few of them because I was like, I bet that's a double lot. I bet that's, I'm like, oh, what, does it belong to them? Okay, there has a fence over there.
And that's always a tough, a lot of people think they have double lots.
Yeah.
Like, Grandma gave us this land, and she always said there was another lot on this. There's plenty enough to do another lot.
Yeah.
And that's, one of the things I picked up in the building department. Grandma wasn't always right about the second lot. You have to really, you're going to get an engineer that tells you that it meets today's criteria of what a buildable lot looks like. And certainly and every town is completely different, so you can't gauge it on your town. Every town is different as far as what's a buildable lot and what's not. But you have to have the correct amount of frontage, you have to have the correct amount of land, and you cannot take land from the other lot to make yours conforming, which in turn would make that one non-conforming.
Yeah.
So, like, somebody who already has a house will say, well, can't I just give them X amount of square feet to make that a conforming lot? You can, if you have an abundance. But you can't make your lot non-conforming in order to make another lot
conforming to be conforming.
Conforming, which is a whole language
you
within
can't
itself.
switch. You can't switcheroo.
No, you
can't make a little switcheroo with the house already on it.
No, if you got abundance, you can share all you want. But if you don't, you can't make your lot non-conforming in order to conform. So, yeah, super important.
Anyways, Situate's gorgeous.
Oh my God, Situate is. Jim and I went there for lunch last week. We went to one of the restaurants downtown, and we had one of the best. We had street corn for the first time.
Oh, wow.
It
Yeah.
was delicious.
So I don't know if they still do it there, but they used to do like a carnival or something, right?
Heritage Days.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yep.
my
Heritage Days.
grandparents live in Situate, have lived in Situate for forever. I think maybe even since they moved from Texas. So I don't know, forever. And when we, like, the grandkids used to sleep over, we would go down. I don't even know what the name of the store is, but I know the store still exists because out in the back you could rent VHS tapes, and then they turned into DVDs, and we thought we were so cool. And it's like, you know, a little mom and pop, like, convenience store, like,
Yeah.
little, you know,
Ugh.
little store, and out back is where they had the video store and everything, and we
The
would go
video
down.
store.
They had a boat, and they would keep it in the harbor, and you know, it just, I have memories from there, and so it's always fun to think that, like, somebody else could make sort of the same memories.
We had a boat in Hummerock for years, and Jim and I in the afternoons would take the boat at 5 o'clock, go over to Situate, go to one of the restaurants right on the harbor, maybe have a mudslide, and then skate back home during the sunset. It was like one of our favorite things to do. Yeah, Situate Harbor is just, it's beautiful. At sunset, it's spectacular. So come visit us tomorrow. 11 to 1.
It looks like Carrie is listening to it because she said, "We are family. I will take your land." You guys, she said, "You guys sound amazing. So proud of you." Thanks, Carrie.
Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah. Thanks, Carrie, for listening. You're our number one fan.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Yeah. So so Carrie can have my land.
Yeah,
in
Carrie
Situate.
can have your land.
my
Carrie's
non-existing
gonna take
land.
your that she doesn't have.
It's non-conforming. Sorry.
It
It could be.
It could be non-conforming.
We just have a couple minutes left, so I want to make sure that you have time to give your contact information out to all of our listeners. So how can people get in touch with you? And you know the drill. Give your number twice.
Yep, give the number twice. So, Tracy Grady, you can reach me at 617-620-8484 or at tracy@bostonconnect.com. And then you can reach Jim at 617-842-4019 or jim@bostonconnect.com. So I am 617-620-8484 and Jim is 617-842-4019.
Yeah. And you probably recognize Tracy because you have been on our show many times. I feel like you might be like my Saturday girl.
I think
I texted you when I realized on Monday that Mary and Sharon were unable to do the show. I said, okay, I have to start asking people. And you were the first person I asked, and you immediately got back to me. And I was like, you know what? I knew that she would be good with it. So if you want to listen to any of our past shows with Tracy, talkrealestateroundtable.com. You can reach us here at the office, 718-826-8000. Go to bostonconnect.com. If you didn't catch all of her information, I don't know. I like hanging out with you.
I know we have so much fun.
We do have a lot of fun. Yeah, but we do talk real
girls.
estate. Yeah.
But we do talk real estate.
Any final thoughts on this? This was your baby. This was your idea. What are your final thoughts for the last couple minutes?
My final thoughts are buyers, perk up. It's your time to get out there. Start looking through the listings. Work with your agent. Start going through MLS. There are listings out there to be bought, and you possibly could get a deal on them. So I advise buyers, perk up, start looking again.
Yeah.
Sellers, sorry, it's your time to be patient. The seller market is still there. The inventory is still low. Patience is the name of the game for sellers. Don't panic. It's just going to take a little time to sell your house.
Yeah.
It's not instant gratification.
Yeah.
So
there is a bum for every seat, I like to say. There's a bum for every seat. No one has an ugly baby, is what Sharon says.
Nobody has an ugly baby.
Nobody has an ugly baby. You know, they're like Tracy said, patience will be your best friend.
Yep.
And honestly, trust your advisors.
Yeah.
Trust the people who are in the process with you, because like we say over and over again, this is what we do. Yeah. So this is our profession. This is what we do for a living. Yep. If we weren't good at it, we wouldn't have open doors right now. Literally, our door is open.
Correct. It's open.
Come on in. I can't stress it enough.
Yeah.
You know, just
Don't panic.
don't
This
panic.
is not a time to panic. The interest rate is changing. It changes all the time.
Yeah.
It's coming up to a normal level.
It just seems so
No.
drastic because people were able to get the 2-3%, and like we said, good for you. We are very happy,
Very happy
for you.
Great time.
But unfortunately,
Timing
it's
is everything.
being sort of perceived as end of world. Oh,
Yeah.
here's my song. I don't know if Facebook can hear it, but here's my
I
song.
can hear it.
This was the one New Kids song I knew, and I was very proud of myself last night.
Because it's new.
Because it's newer. Yeah, my friend did not know this. See?
I have not heard this song.
Oh, you got to listen to it.
I'm going to have to get
Listen.
this going on my list.
I think it might be.
Oh,
But
sad.
you know what? This is perfect ending because it is summertime. So get out there and enjoy. Whether you're listening to this live right now, enjoy the beautiful sun. If you're listening to this as a replay or on our podcast, enjoy life today.
Yep. Just enjoy the day.
Yeah. Enjoy the day.
Enjoy the moment.
Listen to some New Kids on the Block.
Listen to some new kids on the block.
And
Yeah.
just enjoy your day. But thank you so much, Tracy, for joining me. I
Thank you
can
for
always
having me.
count on you no matter what. Real
love coming
estate,
in.
cocktails.
Yep.
I want to build a house, anything.
There you go. That's Jack of
There
all
we go.
trades right
Jack
there.
of all trades.
That's me.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
It's a good song.
It is a good song.
You gotta listen to it in the car.
I'll have to listen to it in the
Bluetooth
car.
or something?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You got
I got my Spotify.
Oh yeah, summertime.
I'm on it.